It was announced that Oscar Pistorius had mistakenly killed her on Valentine's Day 2 years ago. The news of her death was met with disbelief in her hometown of Port Elizabeth. SABC reporter Lerato Thipa now joins us from the Port Elizabeth beachfront, where Reeva Steenkamp's ashes were scattered. Now she will get reaction from the Steenkamp legal representative Tania Koen. A very good morning to you, Lerato. And can you tell us how has the news of Oscar Pistorius' release been received there in Port Elizabeth this morning?
Well, a very good morning, Eben. We're broadcasting live from Port Elizabeth. I'm sure many are asking, why are we broadcasting from the beach? Well, the significance of this specific beach is that this is where Reeva Steenkamp's remains were scattered after she was shot and brutally killed by her boyfriend, Oscar Pistorius. We've been here since the early hours of this morning speaking to the residents where she was born in Port Elizabeth. People were just saying that, you know what, they're disappointed and actually angered by the fact that he was released last night. Joining me this morning is the Steenkamp's lawyer, Tania Koen. Just to tell us briefly about the legal side about this case, what is the way forward? We know that the Steenkamps have said that, you know, they feel indifferent about whether the fact that Oscar was released, whether he's in prison or out of prison, it will not bring their daughter back, and no amount of pain can ever bring their daughter back. So joining me this morning is Tania. Good morning, Tania. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Just from a legal side now, we know that Oscar is going to be under house arrest, under correctional service supervision. But what on the legal side is the way forward concerning this case?
The state has appealed Judge Masipa's ruling that Oscar Pistorius was found guilty of culpable homicide. They want that conviction to be changed to one of murder. So on the 3rd of November, the parties, the state, led by Harry Nell, and of course the defence advocate Barry Roo, will appear in the appellate division in Bloemfontein, where they will submit heads of argument to the appellate judges.
Now, the minister had suggested that Oscar Pistorius meet with the family. Are the family keen to meet him, especially at this time?
The family has on previous occasions said that they will want to meet with Oscar Pistorius at the right time. I think the right time will be once the appeal has been finalised.
Now, we know that Reeva and her mom are very passionate about women's rights, and in her honour, she has set up the Reeva Rebecca Steenkamp Foundation. Tell us more about the foundation, what kind of work it's aiming to do in remembrance of Reeva.
The initial idea of Reeva was to focus on the youth, to educate them. So tomorrow, June will, in honour of Reeva and to take over the baton from Reeva, June will do a talk at a local school where she will in actual fact deliver the speech that Reeva would have delivered on the day that Reeva died. So first and foremost, it will be to educate, and then it will be to establish a haven where they can help victims of abuse, both women and children, so that they have somewhere to go to if they find themselves in a domestic violence situation.
Now, you are very close to the family as well. How are the Steenkamps coping, especially realizing that Oscar was released last night and not today as they expected?
The fact that he was released a few hours earlier doesn't make any difference to them. They knew he was going to be released. It was never an issue for them because it's not going to bring their daughter back. So it doesn't matter to them whether he's released earlier or later or remains incarcerated. What's keeping them going is their focus not on Oscar Pistorius, but they focus on the foundation. They're focusing all their energy on the Reeva Rebecca Steenkamp Foundation. They're doing this in honour of Reeva, but they're also doing it because they're taking over the baton from Reeva. That's what Reeva intended on doing. So they're wanting to run with this. They want to do something wonderful for South Africa, for the women of South Africa, and they want to be the voice that Reeva would have been.
Well, that was Tania Koen, the Steenkamp lawyer, saying that no amount of relief is going to come to this family, but the Reeva Rebecca Steenkamp Foundation, which has been set up by June Steenkamp, is a way to make sure that other women don't find themselves in the same position. It's back to you in studio now, Eben.